exercise 3.1. We're measuring the pH of some foods. The objective is to determine and to demonstrate differences in the pH of certain foods. If you want to follow along in your lab manual, there's a table that you can complete. And there's a column that asks for the reference amount. So if you look in your manual, there is figure 3.1 gives you the reference values, and you can fill in that part of the table. And then we're going to use pH test strips to measure the pH of the actual foods we have here. So we have lemon juice, vinegar, yogurt, milk, canned pears, canned corn, and canned diced tomatoes. So we'll do a little bit of a comparison to see how close we are to the references. If you haven't used a pH test strip before, they're just little strips with some colors on the end, and what we do is just dip it right into the food, and then the strips on the bottom will change color, and then we use the chart right on the package to tell us whatever colors we get on our test strip are used to determine the pH of that food. So I'm going to start with, I think I'll start with the lemon juice. So I'm just going to dip it in the lemon juice I've poured in the bowl. And right away we have a color change. And if I'm comparing according to my package here, it's looking like 2.5. Which is pretty close to the reference value of 2.4. This only gives us increments of 0.5, so there's a bit of variation kind of in the middle there. Next, we're going to test the vinegar. We get a pretty quick change in that one too, and let's compare. This is hard to show. It's looking like about between 2.5 and 2.0, so we'll call it 2.5. I guess it's a little bit further, these browns, I'm comparing the lemon juice to the vinegar. I'm actually going to say that's more like a 2.7. Okay, yogurt is next. I'll try to get it in there. It'll be harder to see that color change. Just going to wipe it off. It looks like it's between 4.0 and 4.5. So we'll call it a 4.4. Next is milk. And this is looking close to the 6.0 end of things. Try the canned pears next. I'm putting it in the juice and trying to touch some of the pear too. It's between 3.5 and 4.0, so we can say maybe 3.8. And we'll do the corn next. Okay, so this is right around the 6.0. Similar to the milk. And then the last one we'll do is tomatoes. I don't know what your guess is. My guess is it's going to be more acidic than the corn. And there we go. Yeah, I mean 4.0. Okay, so hopefully you got those numbers down on your table, and you can do a bit of a comparison between the reference and what we measured with the pH strip. Everything's looking pretty close to the reference value, so that's a good gauge of the pH.